Kristina. Now, just 2 years ago, Kristina finally found the man she believes is her father, this man, Lester. But instead of the happy reunion she dreamed of, she was met with bitterness and icy rejection. Now, Lester not only insists he's not her father, he claims he never even knew she existed. Well, now, Lester admits he had a one-night stand with Kristina's mother, but says they weren't even living in the same state when Kristina was conceived. Watch this.
2 years ago, Kristina called me out of the blue, claiming that I'm her dad. It's been over 30 years. What took her so damn long to find me? I simply don't believe it. I had a fling with her mother that lasted 1 week. And we only had sex one time. After that, she disappeared. And I never heard from her again. She never told me she was pregnant. And she didn't even bother looking for me. You know what else I realized? I was living in Oklahoma from 1979 to 2000. From my understanding, Kristina was born in 1980. It doesn't add up. From what I remember, her mother was a whore. I'm sick and tired of Kristina and her drama. And I pray after today, I never have to see or hear from her again.
Wow. Well, sitting in our audience is Kristina's fiancé, Marcus, who thinks Kristina would be better off without this man in her life.
See?
Kristina.
One right there with the glasses.
Wow. How was that, hearing your mother referred to as a whore by Lester?
It hurts me very deeply because my mom's not a whore.
So what did you know about your father growing up?
All I knew about my father was from the time that I started asking questions about him is his name was Lester, and when Mom told him that she was pregnant with me, he took off and he left.
Oh.
And said, you're going to end up having a black person's baby.
What?
Yes.
So when was the first time you met Lester?
2 years ago. And
So had you never seen Lester before then?
No.
When you reached out to Lester, when you finally contacted him, what did he say to you?
He said he wanted to be a family. He was hoping I was his daughter.
So
I was
how come
talking
he's
way
come to
too
this point
fast.
where he's denying that you are? What's going on?
Probably because
It's
he's
recorded. It's talking to you.
the first time we met, it was me traveling to see him. He didn't come see me. He hasn't paid a diamond child support. He hasn't done.
Isn't that anything? Wow. Now, Marcus, I said earlier that you feel that Kristina's better off without Lester in her life. Why is that?
When something doesn't go his way, he wants to turn around, call her a bitch or whore and all of that, and don't
all
want
I do
nothing
is
to
try.
do with her.
Lester claims he can't be your father because your mother was sleeping around. Has she always stuck to the story that Lester's the
From
only
day
man?
one, he's always been my dad.
In the
From
last
day
2
one.
years since you've actually found Lester, have you got birthday cards or Christmas
I
cards
haven't
or anything?
received nothing from him. Like I said, I'm the one that's calling. I'm the one that's doing everything.
Well, let's give Lester a chance to tell his side of the story and why he's so positive that he's not Kristina's father. Lester, come on out.
You hate my ass?
Yeah, I hate you.
Sorry, exist.
I'm sorry you exist.
You look just like your mama.
Yeah, I do. At least I don't look like a...
Pontoon boat,
Hold on. You want to see that
dump
pontoon
truck,
boat?
ass bitch. It wasn't nothing but a whole everybody.
Don't talk to her.
Dude,
What are you going to do? That's what you're going to take off. She don't need you now.
Lester, have a seat. You don't even know them. Why are you so angry about it?
because he's a lying son of a bitch that don't know nothing in the beginning.
Hang on just a
And
minute.
she's nothing but a liar. Every
What
time
are
she
they-
talked to
calm
me
down.
in the last 2 years
Yeah.
was nothing but money for this.
Lester, calm down. I'm asking you some questions. You don't have to shout anymore. I don't. Let's just call it. Are you saying that you think the only reason that Kristina reached out to you was for money?
That's the only reason.
So what did they ask you for? Let's hear what
They
it
asked me for $160 to go from Illinois to Mayfield, Kentucky
was. That to meet you
to
then?
meet me.
Maybe you could go half on the cost. Maybe that's.
And then they asked me for $60 more to go back on after I took them out for their lunch.
But do you think Kristina is your daughter?
Hell no.
That's good.
Why? Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Do you think I would want something like that?
Excuse me? You're that.
Yeah, you sure are. You did like your mama. A whole train.
Just a minute. Lester, take me back to when you actually met her mother. What was it, a relationship? What happened?
It was a one-night
Now,
stand.
did she tell you when she was pregnant?
No, she did not.
So, hang on, when Kristina rang you and contacted you,
I've never heard nothing from nobody for 32 years.
so you didn't even know that you had a child that
I
called
never knew
Kristina?
she existed. Much less.
What about the pictures that you
What
have?
picture? The only picture I had of anybody was me because I'm so damn good looking.
Where? Where? I want to see the mirror you're looking in, dude. Good looking?
Yeah.
My dog's ass is better looking than you.
Just a minute, just a minute. So you never had a photograph of Kristina?
Not one
Not at
eye
all.
over.
So did you?
I can't
did
get
you
over
not
that
know
part
any of her
right there.
relatives that they could have
The
told
only
her?
thing I knew, and I'm sorry I ever knew her,
Yeah.
was her damn stinky ass mama.
Now, do you remember if she had boyfriends at the time, her mother or anything like
Her
that?
mother just told me the day she met me she broke up with her boyfriend.
So you're thinking maybe Christina's father was that boyfriend
Yeah.
and not you.
And every other person that lived in South St. Louis.
So you didn't. So do you have any children at all?
Yes, I have 2 children.
So this isn't including Kristina as well.
No, it's not including her, but I never included her because I didn't know her.
But what if she turns out? I don't know what the DNA test says, but what if she turns out to be your daughter?
Well,
then?
she turned out to be
Yeah,
my daughter.
yeah.
She's kissed my ass goodbye.
That's good stuff. I love playing.
Now we do have a statement from Kristina's mom, and that's her side of the story, because obviously she couldn't be here today, and she's saying, "Oh, this is something different again." Another version of this story. She's saying Lester and I were together for almost a year.
shut up that air.
And when I became pregnant, I told him immediately that the baby was his. He chose to pick up and leave me and my unborn child. He chose to not be in her life. I am positive that Lester is Kristina's father.
That's
So
a damn lie.
you didn't just take off when you
No,
found out
I
she
did
was-
not.
Up next, we'll hear, whether you are father and daughter and what happens after the DNA test results. Stay with us.